New weekly jobless claims came out in yet another pandemic-era low this morning. 269,000 people filed new claims. That's down from the prior week. As we've been reporting, many American businesses are now competing for workers, and we're seeing a wave of resignations. Karen Kimbrough, LinkedIn's chief economist, is here to explain who's hiring and where, and why so many people are leaving the job market. Welcome back to the show, Karen. Now, today's jobless claims seem like a good sign for the economy. Companies are hiring. Is this a small blip or part of a bigger trend?
I think it's part of a bigger trend. We're at the point now where fewer and fewer people are looking to claim unemployment insurance. Some of them have not yet come back and stepped into the labor market to actively look, but I think we're at the point now where the tide is going to turn and we're going to start to see some shifts in the labor market.
And in which industries in particular are you seeing the most hiring?
So hiring has been the most robust throughout the entire pandemic in some really resilient sectors like tech and the finance sector. But where we're seeing the biggest comeback has been in entertainment, recreation, travel, all those sectors that have a lot of face-to-face interaction and were largely suppressed during the height of the pandemic. They're starting to come back really strongly.
And with all of this great news about jobs and hiring, we also hear that companies can't find the employees they need to fill these positions. What's going on here?
That's right. We're in the process of seeing a lot of people go through a moment where they are rethinking how they work, where they work, and why they work. And at LinkedIn, we call this the great reshuffle. This is essentially this moment where they're thinking, what makes my heart sing? What we're seeing is that some people are actually quitting and taking a break because of burnout. Other folks are actually making transitions, either to a job with better benefits, better salary, more flexibility, possibly remote. And then some people are actually retiring.
The great reshuffle, I guess that's a good name for it. People want to do a job that they say, wow, I actually get paid to do this. It seems to be the direction that many people are heading in lately. What will it take to lure workers back into the economy?
That's a great question. I think that's the question on everybody's mind right now. Employers are realizing that that contract between employer and employee is being rewritten as we speak. The balance of power has shifted in favor of the employee. And what they're looking for are a couple things. What we can see at LinkedIn is they're looking to change if they can get a higher salary, because we know that in some cases for certain groups of folks, wages haven't really kept up with inflation. For other people, they're looking for real career opportunities, a sense that the company is going to invest in them, that they have investment in their skills and their training, and that they have a real viable career path ahead of them. And then lastly, we're seeing people who are making shifts and are willing to come in because they're getting the amount of flexibility they want. Maybe they have caretaking responsibilities. Maybe they actually just need a more flexible schedule in terms of which hours they work or which days they work, or whether they go into the office every day or just a few days. And when you have the ability to have those options available to you, you're going to take them. So we're seeing a lot of workers vote with their feet and going where they can get the flexibility.
Yeah, and certainly we've been seeing some indications of that with regard to the money, anyway, the salary end of it with John Deere, and many of us have been kind of seeing that as indicative of a larger trend across the country. Lastly, I want to talk about women in particular who have left the U.S. workforce in higher numbers than men. Will they ever come back, and what will it take to get them back?
Well, I'm happy to report that we are seeing them come back. They're actually one of the most robust groups in terms of making changes. Women are transitioning from one job to another faster than men. They're definitely looking for that flexibility. What you said is true. Absolutely. They had a really tough time during the pandemic because schools shut down, because elder care wasn't available, and a lot of those burdens were suddenly shifted back onto them. But we've seen them pretty resilient. A lot of women are coming back. What I think would be a real game changer here would be to see that in the future, women aren't necessarily carrying all the burdens that men carry at home. But in the meantime, I'll leave you with one last piece of good news. We are seeing that women are striking it out on their own. Their rates of starting new companies and being entrepreneurs is actually higher than men's. They're growing faster than men in this space. And I think that's a real bright spot because women can kind of carve out their own space, do it on their own terms, and still earn a salary.
That is good news indeed. Glad to end this on a bright spot. Karen Kimbrough, Chief Economist for LinkedIn, thank you so much as always.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.